Hey everyone! So today we're going to be learning the birthday song. And this is going to be your Essential Elements number 143. This is a piece that we've obviously heard a million times in our lives, but there are actually some difficult spots in this piece. So let's get started. The very first thing we're going to look at is the form. So as you can see, we start on the pickup and not the downbeat of measure 1. The pickup is basically the last beat of the last measure of the piece. If you notice, there are only 2 beats instead of 3, because the third beat is the pickup, the very beginning of the piece. So usually we like to start these pickups up bow so that we can be down bow for the downbeat. Let's just play the first 2 notes up, down, so that we can get in the habit of starting up bow. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Notice how even though I was starting up bow, I didn't really start at the tip of my bow. That's because most of these notes are quite short, so I like to stay in the middle. So when you're starting this piece up bow, try to start towards the middle of your bow. The next thing we're going to look at is basically the different versions of the second finger that we have in this piece. They're marked by arrows, which is a very nice, helpful tip that you can use when you're thinking about whether to play a high 2 or a low 2. So the first instant of a high 2 is our F sharp in measure 2, that half note. That's basically going to be a high 2 as indicated by the arrow going up. So you're going to place your second finger on the D string close to your third finger. Let's practice just that note alone. 1, 2, 3. Towards the end of the piece in measure 6, you'll see a low 2, this time on the A string. And this low 2 will be C natural, so very close to your first finger. Let's just play this low 2 together slowly. 1, 2, 3. Be sure to listen for intonation and look at your fingers so that they're in the right spot when you're playing low 2 versus high 2. The very last thing we're going to look at before we play this piece together is the use of the 4th finger. So the reason why we have 2 4th fingers, both on the D string to play A instead of open A, is so that we can avoid string crossings. Usually when you're playing the less string crossings, the less things you have to worry about. So let's play this together with our 4th finger and just slowly, just that note on your D string to get that A. 1, 2, 3. Notice how it's easier to play the 4th finger if my left elbow is closer in towards the body. If you have your elbow out like this, it's very hard for you to reach with your pinky. Do your best and be patient with yourself. The 4th finger is usually the weakest finger for all violinists and most string players. Before we start the piece together, I actually also want to look at the slur in measure 7. This is a 2-note slur that you're going to be playing down bow. And it's going to also involve a string crossing, which is why it's challenging. We're basically starting on the A string and slurring over to the D string. To do that, let's just practice slurring on open A and D so that we can notice our elbow movement. 1, 2, 3. I'll do that one more time in slow motion, and please notice how I am guiding my bow with my elbow. This will make it a lot easier whenever you play string crossings. 1, 2, 3. As always, the lower the string, the higher your right elbow should be, and the higher the string, the lower your elbow and closer it should be to your body. Now that we have all this information down, let's play Happy Birthday together twice in a row at quarter note equals 60. 1, 2. that's it for the birthday song. Now you can practice and get it really good. Play it for all your friends at their birthday parties. So thank you for listening. Happy practicing.